Well, hello. Happy Friday. I guess for some people it's Black Friday. I don't go out when they say, oh, let's run out for the biggest sale. It's the biggest crowds. I think I listened to and read an article about Mayor Giuliani. Anyway, isn't he the mayor that he allows them to frisk and search, allows people to get choked and die by the policeman, by a policeman, but he didn't want them to have soda pop, like a 32 ounce or a 16 ounce. I think the tallest one he wanted was a 12. Well, let's just face it. I don't drink soda anymore. But I don't know. I'm gonna tell you my favorite on soda. But it's not pretty. We might be recycling more than what you think. But anyway, but his comments were so blatantly racist. Like, he's usually, used to just hanging around racist. So he's like now thinking that's acceptable, conversation. Somebody didn't write his speech or to brief him on, the words that he needed to use, because obviously, we have another product of our school system. Talking with her, showing this Caucasian lady. She was in a museum, and I think it was prehistorical museum. I don't know. A museum of natural history. I don't even recall where it was at. Right, but she's homeschooling her kid. She's in the museum, and everything that the museum was saying, she's saying a lie. Oh, how did they know? Do they have a camera? And I was thinking, she sounds just like the typical racist, because like I've been in St. Louis so much. I sound like one of the racists in St. Louis. And you know what I'm saying? Like they try to disprove stuff by like, did they have a camera? And you're like, they didn't. What the fuck you trying to say? But she didn't like the idea that they used the word like, oh, green algae grew, but I know she read like the very beginning, and then totally like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about, all the way down here. Then she reads the bottom. She doesn't read anything in the middle where they explain why they came to the conclusion, or she doesn't even care. That's the biggest thing, and that's an ignorant racist fool. And I'm thinking that we do have a problem with ADHD with our children. Not only their mothers have been on crack, and pain pills, that, and all type of, and psych medicine. That's another problem. STDs like AIDS, syphilis, gonorrhea. All these is been more an outbreak. And I know like people around here. And like me and my friend, I don't consider myself racist. I consider myself prejudiced. Because if you want to meet some minds or my friend or family or whatever, it's different. I'll deal with you on another level. But if I don't know you from Adam and you're just a hateful, evil person, and like I know a woman that was sort of like that. She used to cry about some I think she told me one time, oh, Tim, she's the type of lady, I don't even know why you're talking to me because I don't care to hear you. But she's like, oh, my birthday and cousin, it was like about 10 women, white women told me, I got raped by 4 black, man, that's why I don't like black people. And I'll be like, why don't you just, cease talking to me, step away, just go away, fuck off. They're like, oh, like with me, they're always like, oh, you're crazy. I'm like, I'm really serious. I want you to just go fuck off. Go somewhere else out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Usually then they finally go away in a huff. It gives them something to go talk to them about their friends, how, crazy I am. But Anyway, but they, you know what I'm saying? She trying to explain to you why she don't like people she don't even know. And I remember one time, like her friends like, why you always tell her just to get the fuck out your face when she start telling that shit? I'm like, well, you and her and all of y'all been raped by the same fucking 4 black men. I don't know why they're not in prison. I don't know what the fuck's going on. You know, I mean, if there's just 4 black ones running around fucking all 10 of you goddamn women, it should be easy enough to find those 4. But you know, they just looking at me like I'm crazy and I walk away. You know what I'm saying? They got all these excuses, but when you repeat it back to them, it doesn't make any sense. So they really fucking get mad at them. Like she was like really getting mad because and I think that basically she didn't like the part about saying, oh, it was all covered with water. Well, how do they know it was all covered with water? You know, and then like, oh, now they're saying the soil. How do they know soil showed up 70,000 years? How do they know it showed up in 50,000 years? How do they know it wasn't 40? The point is, we actually do have water. You do have to drink water. It's part of the most important things to keep you alive. And we do stand on soil. So whatever her arguments were, if you repeat the shit back to her, she's, you know what I'm saying? She's still gonna be like, oh, well, this is stupid, this is dumb, I don't know who said this, but she's gonna be even more mad because she knows there's water on the planet. How much and all this other bullshit she was talking about. Well, who the fuck was she? Was she back there? You know what I'm saying? It's the same argument. Bitch, how old are you? You know, she even said a thing like, oh, like 30 years old, you know. Okay, you 30 years old, so how the fuck do you know what was back 4 billion years ago or however the fucking long? You know, and then she had a dispute about the way they were saying, describing how molecules develop and stuff like that to create these cells and blah, 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 etc., etc. She's going to dispute all of it. Well, all I know is that she didn't pop out of her mom like she looked about like 5'5". She didn't pop out like that. So you might say you evolved from a fetus to a baby to a toddler. You know what I'm saying? And etc. So you can look at it as very simple. She is a woman. She's supposed to be homeschooling her kids. So I'm sure she must have pushed something out. Unless she just shitted it out. You know, she might be a special motherfucker. Who knows? But anyway, I'm like, and then, you know, she's probably either worked with the police department or married with a man that's the police department. Because how you going to dispute? Why you even go to the museum? Why would you even go there? Obviously, you know what I'm saying? Even if you, I mean, like, you know, like, I've been around a lot of people that were learned people and scientists and stuff like that. They always just check out the other information. You know, if somebody says, oh, they came to this conclusion, you're just like, oh, well, how did you come to that? Where'd you get that at? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, usually, you know, they give you, like, all the information. If you read any scientific brochures or journals, mostly journals, you're reading scientific papers, they tell you the information at the bottom. They tell you where they got it at. You know, you can find all that out, and you can go double check it yourself. Now, the shit that, you know what I'm saying, that's very simple for me, you know. I don't pretend to be a scientist, but, I mean, I did do good in the science, but anyway. And I'm like, I see why, like, as poor as I am in science, that appeared to someone that totally just dismissed any new learning or any new knowledge, you know, except for, I guess she was she sounded like one of these, like, ignorant motherfuckers over here, like, they got secondhand information that so-and-so told them, some preacher told them, or you know, Bob at the bar told him, well, after, you know, he been drinking, like, for 3.5 days and shit. Just before he goes, woo, and goes outside and gets hit by a car. But anyway, you know, but I was so horrible. I feel so sorry for her kids. I feel so sorry for humanity, you know, because and another, you know, like talking about women and going along with the propaganda, the misinformation. I decided that there are a few ways and reasons why, you know, somebody want to stay racist, because she was just getting boiled up and fucking mad trying to dispute something. And you know, at one part she goes, I'd rather scientists just say they don't know. And I'm thinking, I'd rather you say you just don't know and you too damn lazy to read the whole shit or look up anything or do anything that I think a person that's out to get knowledge would do. You know, but and that was, anyway, like I was looking at that in the way, like the way women are, because I was noticing, like I was referring to, like if the like when I was teaching, I used to say, if you know, like it was always like some kid that was like already was obviously physically like got whoopings, causes behavior problems, not only just hitting but just you know everything. He got a denial, got a life, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. And you can say, hello, is today Tuesday? Nah. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it. You know, I mean, King don't jump right away. Nah, it wasn't me. If you didn't reach out and touch me, I wasn't there. Some shit like that. But, you know what I'm saying? That's what you remind me of. You know what I mean? And then they go on to this big old rant and they get really mad. You know what I'm saying? White folks have been warmongers down in the history. You could just look at Europe. Okay, you can look when they came over here. You know, they just started just killing. You know, and I remember like a lot of this one story I got from Uncle Roy. Everybody used to say he was crazy. And one time I remember it freaked me out because I fucking understood every word he said and I really understood. But he said something. He said when the white man, he started off. You know, I wasn't paying attention. He just let him change history 4 times. Every time they rewrite it. You know, it only take one generation, and they think that's the way it always will. It's never going to change. You know, like women always been objectified, women always been degraded, women always have to be in the sex industry. Little boys always have to suck the preacher's penis, you know, and get objectified because maybe they like little boys, or maybe little girls like little girls. But you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so aggravating. Well, and I get mad thinking that there's people like that. Anyway, that that their ignorance towards other people and other things because of their misinformation, you know, that is given to them. In a way, I think it's intentionally to keep them mad, to keep them hostile. Because first of all, don't ever repeat it back to them exactly what they said. Because that would really piss them off. You know, because the next thing, and one thing about like a white race person, they don't have no self-respect. You know what I'm saying? If they think killing your dog is going to make you scared or frightened or they get even if, you know what I'm saying, especially if they was in the wrong. Especially like if they trying to like they always trying to like I remember when someone was trying to say, they were trying to blame something being stolen on me, right? And I was like the only black person around. I had no idea what they were talking about, and I just started ignoring the people. And then we were sitting somewhere, and like the lady was like getting ready to get up on my face, and I'm like, now wait a minute, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but you know, back the fuck out, step away. I'm just walking out of here. You know what I'm saying? You got an issue with me? You can step outside with me. We can just handle this. You know, forget about it. I don't need to hear this shit no more. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You might as well be talking. Anyway, so whoever it was stood up and it was like, I'm the one who did it. And I still want to turn around and slap the fuck out of that bitch and then drop kick him at the same time. But, you know, I know violence just begets violence. They're not going to learn anything. You know what I'm saying? Like that lady, obviously, her going to a museum, she didn't learn anything, so it doesn't help, you know, unless. But anyway, like you could tell, like when I was teaching that the ones like ADHD, I can't even remember all the problems they had, but A lot of that, the learning problem was from getting hit. Like the parents, like in a way, it's like they're hitting them, like you know what I mean, like the kid doesn't do it, like this, you know, like they didn't move quick enough or whatever. They didn't know how to do it right. They still little, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe they haven't lived. Even if it's a teenage mom, this 2-year-old hasn't lived the, you know, the 16 or the 18 years. The mom doesn't have, you know, has only been in the world 2 years, but the mother can't comprehend. Cause she's got to worry about, you know, these material stuff. Her baby got to look a certain way. She got to look a certain way, and sometimes her man got to look a certain way. You know, none of it has to do with that you're thinking that what information you need to put in that child's mind. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these days, we don't really have to worry about survival like we did. But, you know what I'm saying? Women are not doing what they're supposed to do. I saw Honey Boo Boo with that mom, June. You know, she's not a mother. Honey Boo Boo has sort of behavior that you would think that she had been physically and or sexually abused. Just some of the way that just some acting out. You know, a lot of people, you know, you're like, you know, and a lot of people are mistaken that as being mature or being smart when it's just emulating, like she's emulating her mom. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so, you know, is her mom all that smart? No, you don't ever bring a child molester around a child. You know, I don't even care even if you're having a relationship with them. That's why people get babysitters. She was getting some money from ET. You know what I'm saying? But she's bringing all her kids around. She's bringing her one kid that she admits that's not that girl's father. You know, because the girl says she has that. There's no question that your child that you pushed out of your vagina, that you birthed, you shouldn't be able to tell them. You know what I'm saying? You should. You know what I'm saying? Like even she's saying, oh, I just found out 2 years later. Okay, 2 years later, you know, that just proves that, you know, that you was a sorry bitch. And a lot of guys, they do that step out, and they'll work, you know, they'll work different shifts. You know, oh, I'm saving you money on babysitting. You know, they have other, you know what I'm saying? And like, but it's her mothering, you know, that nurtured these kids. It's them that they, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of times you hear the propaganda, oh, they need a mentor. You're getting mentored by your mom. If you get an outside person and the kid's unconscious, it's like, well, mom doesn't have enough common sense to teach me how to drive. If you know what I'm saying, oh, well, I got to get a man to teach my son how to be a man. Just know that God has made it so when his scrotums drop, his voice will deepen and his hormones will come in, and a lot of that stuff that lady was talking about in the Science Museum, or there was a bunch of hooey. You know, I know for my own self that not, you know, that their hormones do play a particular part in my ovulating and my menstruation. You know, and you know what I'm saying, and I do believe in evolution, at least from the fetus to adulthood. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to go back all the way back to any other period except for right now in my reality. But we have to do something about our women, because our children should be our future. You know. Our cities are looking like, even without, you know, what happened in Ferguson? The police incited that riot. The police nagged and teased, you know what I'm saying? Disrespect, you know, America, as far as I'm concerned. You know what I'm saying? Because we are American citizens. So if you disrespecting a human being after you kill that person, and you want us to feel sorry for you, and you want to disrespect the parents and everybody in that community, you want to tell people that live in that community, walk down the street and tell them to leave, well, where the fuck do you think they're going to lead to? You're the ones that don't have a home in that community. It would have been a lot easier for you to have left your happy ass at home, and none of the shit would have happened. If Darren Wilson hadn't shot somebody, for whatever fucking punk ass bitch reason he wants, because he sounds like a punk ass bitch. And that's the fucking rules. You know, if you talk like a punk ass bitch, it's because you're a punk ass bitch. You comes off like a punk ass bitch. Ain't nobody. And what are you crying for, bitch? You can't apologize. You so disgustingly racist that you have to hide out because the black people gonna hurt me. Nah, bitch, you the one and your friends run around shooting motherfuckers. You fucking projecting trifling ass like that woman. That's how you fucking think? Was that how your mother was? Borderline, we fucking retarded. It's a disgrace. We could do better for our kids. We could educate them better, and we could have a better country if it wasn't for trifling ass racist police that are terrorizing and doing a treason act for a fucking 1%. You don't even know who you know. Anyway, God will have vengeance on thee. Okay, back to you, Tim Foe. Poof.